Hey, Jason Palliser here with the No Flipping Excuses channel. And in this video, we're going to talk about probably one of my biggest pet peeves of all time. Okay. It is, what are the best off-market real estate lead sources to close deals? It drives me freaking crazy, folks. And everybody has opinions out there, but where I get a little charged up about it, or I get a little bent out of shape about it is simply this. They say, well, I like this or I like that. And you know, there's a healthy debate online, but they don't, I get mad, quite frankly. I get pissed off because they don't track, they don't track anything. Okay. So what we're going to do in this video is talk about different lead sources and I'm going to break down for you why I would, again, and if you haven't subscribed to our channel, it's our mission to impact every investor in America, and we're coming out with more content. Tell us what you like, leave us comments, hit the like button, tell us what you want more of. Quite frankly, the videos that we're putting together now are feedback from the 25,000 investors that I've trained, but we're specifically talking about what lead sources to go after. So if you know me well enough, you know I like to paint the picture, introduce some problems, and then let's solve it together. But this is probably one of the most important, as far as I'm concerned, videos that I want to truly impact the way you wake up and do business for the rest of your investment career. So let's start to break this down. Things that would be important for you to know. I think most of you who already know me know this, but some of you who don't are getting to know myself, Jason 𝗙𝗏𝗏𝐶𝒊𝒏𝒆, Alyssa, Pat, Mike, the rest of our team at No Flipping Excuses. We have tax delinquent stuff that we do. We have off-market blueprints, but specifically we're talking about lead sources right now. And so what you may or may not know is that for the last decade and a half, approaching 2 decades, we've attacked and closed deals in marketplaces across America, and we track it. You understand how that might be important for you, right? So here, let's get intimate about this. We track it. What does that mean for you? As you're sitting here donating your time to learn something new, what did I say to start the video? I want to impact you at a level that is meaningful, moving not just next week, but today, tomorrow, and every day after that, forever. How do I do that? By telling you which lead sources give us the biggest bang for our buck. I just mentioned earlier, we've been hired by large companies that need 30, 40, 50 homes a month and say, hey, can you put together an attack on the marketplace and help us hit our benchmarks? And we started doing that for the general public, like investors just like you, about 8 years ago. But here's what I've learned over time. I've used their resources to attack cities 60 ways. We've narrowed it down to the top 34. But specifically on this video, I'm going to talk to you about lead sources that I need you to go after that are a top 10. Remember what I said? I'm going to paint the picture, lay the foundation, and then build upon it. Here's what I mean by that. Any one of the 34 that we put in place when we do a 2-day blueprint build out for clients, we attack cities 34 ways. Most investors do 2 or 3. The math doesn't work out for the competition at that point, right? But there are some that are bona fide winners. So we track 3 metrics. Pay attention. You might want to pause this and take notes. Okay. We track 3 metrics for something to rank as a top 10 for us. Anything that I say is a top 10 on this video, or you hear me on any subsequent video that's a top 10, it needs to be woven into the fabric of what you do daily, weekly, monthly, and year over year, because they give us the biggest bang for a buck. Here are the 3 metrics that we track. Hey, while you're learning, stop for a second and get the book, The Art of Flipping Deals. Here's how easy it is. Just go to the website, theflippingbook.com, and what you're going to have is an instant download on how we flip deal after deal after deal with predictability that others can't find. 1, highest level of motivation. So out of 34 different lead sources we track across America, all 34, not all lead sources are created equal. So how do they rank? They have to have 2 of the 3 metrics. at a high level to rank. 1 is highest level of motivation. 2 is fastest conversation to contract. So we talk to them, we get a contract fast. And then the third one is biggest payoff on the back end. Biggest equity spread if we keep it, biggest cash flow if we end up keeping it, or biggest payoff, most amount of money made on the transaction. So for us to rank something out of 34 that we track all 34, for it to be a top 10, it's got to have 2 of those 3 metrics that are a top 10 themselves. Okay? So when I start to break this down for you, here's what I'm looking for you to take away. Okay? So here's what I'm looking for you to take away from this video. Deliberate action moving forward, going after the right lead sources. Not all effort that you put into the marketplace gets you what you want. So let's zero in on this here. Okay. So I want you to wake up understanding why. It drives me crazy. We call it, and I bet this will sting a little bit for some of you that watch this. It's called the shiny object syndrome. Hey, this lease options, now it's subject to, and this lead source versus that lead source. Hey, what software do you use to pull lists? All that crap. So here's what I need you to know and understand. Let's start breaking down top 10 lead sources that we know give us fastest conversation to contract, highest equity spreads, or payoff on the back end, highest level of motivation. Okay? Not all lead sources are created equal. I want you to put effort into the marketplace because you know why. So here we go. One of my favorite ones of all time. I don't think it's a secret. Okay. I don't think it's a secret. Delinquent property tax homeowners. So that's the first one I want you to write down. Remember the 3 metrics I said. Okay. So delinquent property tax homeowners. Why? Again, I just don't want to say it and then just move on to the next one. I want to sprinkle in a couple things for you. So it's very deliberate on why you're doing something. Our goal, you leaving this video, our goal is to have you close deals in the right lead source sandboxes with purpose. So delinquent property tax homeowners, here's why. Every state in America puts laws in place to, come hell or high water, get their property tax income coming in from property owners. And so if you haven't paid your property taxes, you're marching towards tax sale. Or if you haven't made the payment, if you're a state that goes tax lien and then tax sale, then somebody's just purchased, because the states want their money. The states say, hey, you can purchase this back taxes, and now the homeowner owes you because now we've got our money, right? So one of our favorite lead sources, always a top 10. In any one of 100 cities that we've tracked this in, it's always a top 1, 2, or 3 lead source in any city across America from a biggest bang for our buck on the back end. Okay. So you need to go after delinquent property tax homeowners. And I will give you a little tip here. And again, in the spirit of teaching you things. So listen to me, in the spirit of teaching you things that other people don't teach you. If I said that to you, you may just go, so, okay, I'm going to go after delinquent property tax homeowners. You may pull up in your marketplace. 11,000 people that are behind. And you're like, okay, well, I'm going to roll up my sleeves and get some work to do. No. What I would do is go after property owners that are multiple years behind. We have several metrics that we track. If you go after ones that are multiple years behind, 2 things happen. 1, you pared down the list by a lot. 2, if you go after ones that are multiple years behind with 90% accuracy, they're probably free and clear mortgages, which means you can, if they've got equity, you can strike any old type of real estate transaction with them. Wouldn't that be smart to go after the ones that are probably free and clear? So that's the first lead source that I'm giving you some tips here that I would go after if I were you. Okay. Another one that we go after that's a top 10 is probate. Someone passes away. 90% of the time, something's going to happen with that property. So the second one that I would tell you to go after is probate. Think about this. Someone passed away. They've collected trophies for 30 years. And now all of a sudden the family's faced with a situation. They might not even know where to make the payment to the bank, right? There might be a small loan on it and they don't even know where to make the payment. Now they're scrambling. Something's going to happen. So you need to be a pro at getting in front of those type of leads. It's a top 10 lead source without a doubt. The third one, and pay attention. The third one is Facebook. Do you think it's okay to ignore the number 2 website in the world? Literally being able to dominate the number 2 website in the world without even starting your car. I call it the no gas money spent program. You want to go after Facebook. I'm not talking about doing Facebook ads because we track everything. There are 3 separate ways that we grab deals for free off of Facebook. So the reason it ranks for us is this. It's a website that gets millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of eyeballs and views per day. You can drill down in your cities to certain things that we do, just like you go to Google to search for things. On Facebook, they have a search button at the top, or a search spot at the top, right? You can type in for your city and area. So we teach you where to go after, where to wormhole in Facebook. We have 3 separate distinct ways that we grab deals for free right off of Facebook. Okay? Top 10 lead source, and it costs you $0.0 to do. And the stuff that we teach you to do takes you 10 seconds. I'll give you one little tip on that. Buy, sell, trade groups. That's one of the 3 things that we do. Buy, sell, trade groups. Now, let's put your logical cap on here for a second. Okay? So hear me when I say this. What do people do in buy, sell, trade groups? They buy, sell, trade. Their brain is, I'm going to make a deal, sell something, bring in money, look for something. I'm looking to spend money. Their brain is in the exact brain space for you to do certain things on Facebook to grab deal opportunity your direction. So what I would do is, as a takeaway from this video, one thing you can do is join 5 to 10 buy, sell, trade groups for your area. And then we have specific things we do inside those groups to get people who are already in this same brain space for us to bring us deal opportunities. And here's where I really drive the point home for you. If they're already in the brain space of making money, moving and shaking, finding stuff, if you join those 5 to 10 buy, sell, trade groups with literally copy and paste one message that we do, same message in each of them, you could light up. Think of the gravity of the power you have at your fingertips without even leaving your house or spending marketing dollars. You could make a post, and we've tracked 150 different posts. We know which one wins. And as soon as you post in all those buy, sell, trade groups, and let's say between all 5 to 10 of the buy, sell, trade groups for your area, adds up to 47,000 people. You've just lit up the phones of 47,000 people in your area that are looking to make money, buy stuff, find stuff, move and shake. Do you think that might be a good idea? As a CEO of your company, do you think you should maybe start dominating the number 2 website in the world? Absolutely, beyond a shadow of a doubt, you should. Hopefully this is making sense for you. Okay. So again, anything I say is a top 10, you need to adopt the policy and weave it into the fabric of your business immediately. And what I would tell you is this, again, if it's a top 10, you have to be doing it next week. I would go after delinquent property tax homeowners. I would go after probate. I would go after Facebook. Those are just 3 off the top of my head. The 4th one, and we'll tie a bow on this one. The 4th one is Google, the number 1 website in the world. People pay for Google ads. Why do people pay for Google ads? Logically, why do they do that? Here. Let's dig a little deeper here. Why do they do that? Because when somebody types, I don't know if you're aware of this, but you can pay Google and say, hey, when somebody uses their fingers to type in sell my house fast Phoenix, sell my house fast Kansas City, sell my house fast New York, sell my house fast Washington, D.C. Google, when they hit search, puts results in front of them. One, they're ready to go. They're ready to sell. So people will pay for Google ads to say, put me in front of them. And they might pay $400, $500, $800, depending on the market for that lead. That gets expensive. But why do they do it? Because they know, like, we track everything. We close 1 out of every 4 of those. But so the final thing I want to tell you here is that you need to find a way to get on Google for when people are typing in sell my house with your city name. We teach you at at our 2-day blueprint build outs where we build out to attack a city 34 ways. We show you exactly how we do that, where other people pay 5, 10, 15 grand a month, and they pay it every single month because they might make 100 grand. But most investors will never do that. They'll never go. That's too scary for me. We show you how to get there, and we give you the best chances to get there for free, organically. So I just gave you 4 lead sources that we track 3 metrics on. Otherwise, they're not a top 10. I just gave you 4 that are a top 10 because they're either highest level of motivation, fastest conversation to contract, biggest equity spread, or payoff on the back end. You got that? We're here to help you wake up tomorrow and go, you know what? I'm going to go after these because Jason taught me why it makes sense to go after these. You can go after vacants and talk to 50 people and get 40 FUs and 9 not for sales and 1 says, make me an offer. You can do that. There's nothing wrong with that. Going after vacants is one of our top 34s, but that's a longer game. I'm trying to give you a cheat sheet to put effort out in the marketplace and get bigger results, faster results, higher level of motivation. So hopefully this helps you start putting the building blocks in place for you to actually know what you're doing for what reasons and what leads to go after on a daily basis. So implement this immediately. Again, we're here to help you. If you like what we're dropping, put a comment in, click the like, and certainly subscribe, and then share it with other investors. And tell us what you want next so that we can deliver more stuff to you. It's our mission to impact every investor in America in a positive way. And we can't wait to talk to you and work with you. See you soon. Hey, here's what I want you to do. Let's take your learning to another level. I know you have questions, so schedule a call with me. Go to 2daycall.com, fill out a form, and get on my calendar so I can help you start closing deal after deal and answer all your questions to put you on a path to predictable closings.